Let me ask you something first. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there? Or searched for your glasses while they were already on your head? Or struggled to remember someone's name even though you've known them for years? If that's happened to you, you're not alone. And no, it's not just aging. It's something else. It's something we rarely talk about. Your brain simply isn't being challenged anymore. You see, after 60, most people stop training their brain the same way they stop training their muscles. We retire, we slow down, we repeat the same routines every day. And the brain? It quietly becomes lazy. Not weaker, not broken, just underused. And here's the shocking truth. Harvard researchers found that the brain can grow new neural connections at any age. Even at 70, even at 80, even at 90. But only if you challenge it. Think of your brain like a garden. If you water it and use it, new pathways grow. If you don't, weeds take over. Today, I'm going to show you 7 fun, unusual brain exercises that most doctors never talk about. Not meditation, not breathing, not boring memory drills. These are games, challenges, little brain workouts you can do at home in just minutes. And many of my older patients tell me something surprising. They don't just feel sharper, they feel younger, more focused, more confident, more alive. So let's test your brain right now. No pressure, just curiosity. Ready? Exercise 1. The focus grid, Schulte table. This first exercise looks simple, but don't be fooled. It quietly trains 3 things at once: processing speed, peripheral vision, attention control, and those are exactly the abilities that decline fastest after 60. Here's what you'll do. You'll see a grid of numbers from 1 to 25, but they're scrambled. Your task is simple. Find them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 25, as fast as possible. Not with your finger, with your eyes only, because this trains your brain to scan information quickly, just like reading signs while driving, or spotting hazards when walking, or reacting faster to your environment, which, by the way, reduces fall risk dramatically. You're ready? Take a deep breath. Relax your eyes. Don't stare too hard. Let your vision soften. And 3, 2, 1, go. How did you do? Did you get stuck around 12 or 13? Most people do. That's where the brain starts slowing down. But here's the magic. If you practice this daily, just 2-3 minutes, within 2 weeks your time improves dramatically because your brain literally rewires itself. I had a patient named George, 72, retired bus driver. He told me, "My brain feels slower than it used to." We started with this exact exercise. At first, he couldn't finish. After 3 weeks, he beat his grandson. That's neuroplasticity. Your brain growing stronger, not aging, training. And now, let's make things trickier, because the next exercise confuses almost everyone, but it's one of the best for memory and concentration. Exercise 2, Color Switch Challenge. This one is sneaky. Your brain is going to hate it, but trust me, that's exactly why it works. You'll see color words, but the color of the word will not match the word itself. For example, the word red might be written in blue ink. Your job? Say the color, not the word. So you must say blue. Simple, right? Try it, and suddenly your brain short-circuits, because reading is automatic. But naming color requires control. So this exercise strengthens focus, impulse control, multitasking, working memory. These are the exact skills that protect against cognitive decline. Ready? Say the color out loud, not the word. 3, 2, 1, go. Harder than it looks, isn't it? That tiny mental glitch you feel? That's your brain building new pathways, like lifting weights for your mind. Every time you resist the automatic response, your brain gets stronger. Real-life benefit. This isn't just a game. This helps you stay focused while cooking, react faster while driving, multitask safely, reduce mental fog, which is huge after 60. Because many senior accidents aren't physical, they're attention mistakes. This exercise reduces those. But now, we're going to get a little weird, because the next exercise removes one of your strongest senses completely. And when we do that, your brain wakes up fast. All right. Now we're going to do something a little strange, but stay with me, because this next exercise might feel silly. Yet it's one of the most powerful brain activators you'll ever try. And here's why. As we age, we rely more and more on autopilot. Same routes, same habits, same hand, same movements, same routines. Your brain stops thinking and starts repeating, which sounds efficient. But it slowly makes your brain lazy. So what happens when we suddenly remove something your brain depends on every second? Like your vision. Your brain panics a little. And when it panics, it wakes up. That's exactly what we want. Exercise 3, eyes closed. Challenge. This one is incredibly simple, but surprisingly difficult, and incredibly effective. Here's what you'll do. Close your eyes. Yes, literally close them, and try one small task. For example, write your name, draw a circle, unlock your phone, find your keys, or type a short message without looking. Go ahead. Pause the video if you want. Try writing your name on paper with your eyes closed. Seriously, try it. Feels weird, doesn't it? Suddenly, your brain has to work 10 times harder, because without vision, your brain must activate spatial memory, touch sensitivity, motor planning, body awareness, all systems that decline with age. But here's the cool part. When you practice this regularly, those systems come back stronger. Why this matters after 60. Here's something most people don't realize. Falls don't happen because of weak legs alone. They happen because your brain loses spatial awareness, meaning your brain forgets where your body is in space, so you misstep, trip, lose balance. Training without vision strengthens exactly that system. Structure. Patient story. I had a patient named Helen, 75. Very sharp mentally, but she kept bumping into furniture. She said, "I feel clumsy lately." We started doing simple eye-closed tasks daily. Just 2-3 minutes. After 3 weeks, she told me, "I feel more coordinated, like my body listens better." That's brain-body connection improving, and it's trainable at any age. But now, we're going to challenge something even more interesting, because the next exercise forces both sides of your brain to talk to each other, and when that happens, your brain literally gets faster. Exercise 4. Hand switch coordination. This one always makes people laugh, and that's good, because fun, better learning. Here's what you'll do. Make a peace sign with your right hand. Now make an OK sign with your left hand. Got it? Now switch, fast, back and forth, 5 times. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Most people mess up immediately, and that's perfect, because confusion is growth. Here's what's happening inside your brain right now. This exercise forces left brain, right brain motor cortex coordination centers to communicate at high speed. And research shows cross-body movements like this improve memory, improve reaction time, improve multitasking, reduce cognitive decline risk. Real-life example. Think about walking while talking, or cooking while listening, or driving while making decisions. All of those require both sides of your brain working together. This exercise strengthens that connection. Quick challenge. Try doing it faster, then try switching patterns randomly, then try it while counting backwards. Now your brain is really working. And here's something fascinating. Most people stop challenging their brain physically. They read, they watch TV, they scroll, but they rarely force their brain to coordinate new movements, which is exactly why coordination declines with age. But we can reverse that. And the next exercise might be the simplest one of all. Yet it creates brand new neural pathways almost instantly, and you already use it every day. You just never use it the wrong way, which is exactly what we're about to do. All right. So far, you've challenged your eyes. You've challenged your coordination, but now we're about to wake up a part of your brain that's probably been sleeping for decades, and this one might be the most powerful daily brain trick of all. Because it forces your brain to build brand new connections, not reuse old ones. And after 60, that's everything. Trackers exercise. 5. Use your non-dominant hand. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you brushed your teeth with the wrong hand or wrote your name with the opposite hand? Probably never. And that's the problem. Your brain loves efficiency. So, over time, it creates shortcuts. Same hand, same path, same neurons, over and over and over again. But here's what neuroscience tells us. The brain only grows when it struggles. If something feels easy, your brain isn't changing. If something feels awkward, your brain is building. And that's exactly what we want. Here's what to do. Starting today. Pick one daily task and switch hands. For example, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, use your phone, open doors. Write your name. Use the TV remote with the opposite hand. At first it feels ridiculous, slow, clumsy, childish, perfect. That's your brain learning. What's happening inside your brain? When you use your non-dominant hand, your brain must create new neural pathways, activate the opposite hemisphere, strengthen motor control, improve memory integration. In simple words, you're forcing your brain to rewire itself, and that process is called neuroplasticity, which is your brain's ability to stay young. Why this matters after 60. Here's something shocking. Studies show that adults who regularly challenge coordination and dexterity have better memory, faster thinking, lower dementia risk, better balance, fewer falls, not because they're smarter, but because their brains stay adaptable. A flexible brain is a young brain. A rigid brain ages fast. Real story. I had a client named George, 68, retired engineer. Very logical guy, but he kept saying, "My brain feels slower lately." Nothing medically wrong, so I told him, "Brush your teeth with your left hand for a month." He laughed, thought it was silly, but he tried it. 2 weeks later he said, "This is weird. I feel more alert in the mornings." By week 4, he said puzzles felt easier, conversations felt quicker. That's neuroplasticity in action, from something as small as switching hands. But now, we're going to challenge your brain in a different way, because movement is powerful. But thinking strategically? That's like weightlifting for your mind. And this next exercise might actually feel like play. Doctor's exercise 6. Brain games that actually work. Let's clear something up first. Not all games are good for your brain. Scrolling social media? Not brain training. Watching TV for hours? Not brain training. Candy Crush for 4 hours? Definitely not brain training. Those are passive. Your brain just reacts. But what we want is active thinking, decision-making, problem-solving, strategy. There 6. The right kinds of games. Try things like Sudoku, chess, crossword puzzles, word scrambles, memory matching games, card games, riddles, logic puzzles. These force your brain to predict outcomes, plan moves, remember patterns, adapt strategies. That's mental strength training. Science behind it. A 2020 cognitive aging study found adults over 65 who did puzzles or strategy games 5 days per week, just 15-20 minutes daily, showed 29% faster processing speed, better memory recall, improved attention, reduced cognitive decline. That's huge, from just 20 minutes. The key rule: short and consistent beats long and exhausting. Don't play for 2 hours once a week. Play 15 minutes every day, just like exercise. Small daily stress, big long-term growth. Deuxième, fun challenge. Here's something you can do tonight. Instead of watching TV, do one puzzle, or one chess game, or one brain app. You'll literally feel your brain wake up. That's slight mental fatigue, that's growth. And now, before we move to the final exercise, there's something modern life is secretly doing to your brain. That might be undoing all your progress, something we all depend on, something we use every hour, and it's quietly making your memory weaker, not stronger, and almost nobody talks about it. Let's fix that next. All right, we've trained your eyes, your coordination, your hands, your thinking, but now we need to talk about something uncomfortable. Because even if you do every exercise perfectly, there's one modern habit, quietly making your brain weaker every single day, and most people don't even realize it. Dunfind? The hidden brain killer technology. Now don't get me wrong, phones are useful, tablets are helpful. But here's the problem. We stopped using our brains. We outsourced them. Think about it. When was the last time you memorized a phone number? Did math in your head? Remembered directions without GPS? Recalled a grocery list without notes? Probably years ago, because now your phone does it. And at first that feels convenient, but here's what science says. Use it or lose it. Your memory is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it shrinks. Fast. Your exercise 7, limit technology dependence. This isn't about throwing your phone away. It's about small daily challenges, tiny brain workouts. Here's what I want you to try. Daily brain challenges. Instead of using calculator, do quick math in your head, saving everything in notes. Do remember 3 to 5 items GPS for every trip. Do memorize simple routes scrolling endlessly. Do read, solve, think. Simple habits that make a huge difference. Try this every morning. Memorize 3 things you need to do today. No writing, just memory. Then check at night. Did you remember all 3? This alone strengthens working memory. Or try this. Memorize 1 phone number, just 1. Repeat it throughout the day. Sounds small, but it forces your hippocampus, the memory center of your brain, to stay active. And that's the same area that shrinks in Alzheimer's, so you're literally protecting it. Chugu. Real patient story. I had a patient named Maria, 72. She kept saying, "My memory scares me. I forget little things." Nothing serious medically, but she relied on her phone for everything. Lists, reminders, maps, contacts. So we tried something simple. Every day, memorize 5 groceries, do math without calculator, recall birthdays. 3 weeks later, she told me, "I feel sharper, like my brain is waking up again." Because it was. The big picture. Here's something most people don't understand. Your brain doesn't age because of time. It ages because of inactivity. The moment you stop challenging it, decline begins. But the moment you challenge it again, growth starts. At any age, 60, 61, 62, even 90, your brain still changes, still adapts, still grows. And here's what I want you to remember. You don't need complicated programs. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need hours of meditation. You just need small daily challenges. Because every time something feels awkward, slow, uncomfortable, mentally tiring, that's not failure. That's your brain getting stronger. So starting today, find numbers faster, say colors out loud, write with the wrong hand, close your eyes. Sometimes play thinking games, trust your memory, limit technology. Do these daily, and I promise you'll feel more alert, more focused, more confident, and maybe even 10, 15 years younger mentally. If you enjoyed these exercises, do me a small favor. Try one today, just one. Then come back and tell me in the comments which one felt hardest, because usually, the hardest one is the one your brain needs most. And if you want more simple ways to stay sharp, mobile, and independent as you age, make sure you subscribe. We post videos like this every week. No complicated science, just practical things that actually work. See you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay active, and most importantly, stay curious.